Ian Thomas, ITJMMA.com, British-based mixed martial arts here, and I'm with Cage Warriors 83 headliner, Lewis Long. Alright mate?
How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So obviously I spoke to you a couple of weeks back on the phone, and now we've caught you more later in towards a training camp, just before fight week. How are you feeling? How's training gone?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sort of generic fighter response there.
Yeah.
Trained hard. No, but this time I've actually listened to my body when it's hurt. I've relaxed and I've got some good sparring. So yeah, done things a bit differently and always in the name of progress. Like.
You're training for a main event. Does this affect your mindset in any way? Does it help you train differently towards the fight, or are you seeing this just as another?
Oh, it's just another fight, but I love being a star.
Being headline.
Hey, who doesn't like the camera, eh?
So obviously it's coming up to fight week, you're about to enter a weight cut. How much do you normally weigh around if you're just walking around?
About 88k.
88?
Yeah.
And what's welterweight in kg?
77.
77?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. So obviously...
But then, with all the salt and carbs and stuff, as soon as I start, literally within a week, I'll drop that 4k and be at something like 84k, and just maintain.
So obviously not many people realise what goes on in a weight cut and what it can do to you. What's your process? Like how throughout the week, when do you start to sweat harder? When do you decide to stop eating and consuming anything? How does it go?
So I do like water loading, where you sort of flush your body. I'll do that for I think about 5 days, and then I'll stop eating and drinking. I'll eat all the way through, to be fair. Like even the Thursday, if I'm waiting on the Friday, I'll eat all the way through, because I mean it's pointless making yourself weak. As long as I'm not eating really 2 kilograms of steak, you should be alright. Some nuts, some eggs, and then it's all about fluid loss. So
you used to fight at lightweight, and just off the cameras then we were speaking about it. What's your perspective on fighters cutting so much weight to fight and be the stronger guys in the smaller weight classes?
What it gives, it takes away. I mean, yeah, you might be bigger, but you're going to be weaker. You're going to get weaker and fatigue so much quicker.
When I was cutting, I was doing stupid like 18 pounds in the sauna. Young as a kid, you don't realise how much damage it actually does to you. I'm a big thing against weight cutting. Said, I've read up about it. It always says online, you should do it with a doctor or whatever. But so many kids sitting in the sauna thinking this is the way forward. Fuck it. I'd rather just fight happy. And yeah, so what? I'm smaller. Just little terrier, a little aggressive. It's stupid.
Do you feel like there could be, I don't know whether it's promotions or maybe Safety MMA could do something, like do you think there's something someone could do to not necessarily help but give advice or be someone for someone to go to in Britain to help the weight cuts?
I mean, it should always be a coach.
The coach should always oversee everything. Like when I was doing it, I was travelling between different gyms and sort of managing myself, so I just destroyed myself. But yeah, it should be sort of the coach. But like these days, who isn't an MMA fighter? Who isn't an MMA coach? It's a lot of frauds out there and stuff, and I think people got a massive misconception when you look at like Americans and what you read online. People do it at 40-pound cuts. It's not the same. It's not. It can't be true. And even if it is, why do you want to do that yourself?
So obviously that's the rate.
If you said £1 million cut to 11 stone, yeah, I'll do it. What? Fight? I mean, juice is gonna be worth the squeeze, eh?
So obviously,
playing out.
when you're moving down in weight, do you feel that the pay isn't worth putting your body through a grueling experience?
I don't think the pay is ever going to reflect the amount it actually hurts and probably does kill you, but it's just such a silly thing. I don't get it anymore. Like,
You did move up to welterweight in the end. So what was the inspiration behind that? What made you think I've had enough of cutting my body so much? Was it your idea, or did your coach tell you you need to move this, safer for your body, it's easier for you?
No.
What was the whole...
I think I suffered a loss, and then I just thought,
if I'm going to fight, I'm going to fight, for myself, not try and kill myself. Oh yeah, you're big enough. You're a bigger lightweight. Oh great, but
I take a loss, and one of my friends said to me, older chap, old Stephen Williams, you old bastard. He always said to me, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. And since I moved back up, my love for the sport has come back. My entire camp isn't just we're on the scales. I'm not fighting the scales. A lot of people's whole camp will be to make weight. And then you get to the fight night, and you've already had the fight with the scales, and fuck that shit, man. Fuck that.
So obviously, enough about weight talking now. It seems like on Cage Warriors social media, I don't know, I want to know your thoughts on this. It seems that the promotion is being overshadowed by Cage Warriors 84 being in London, the title fight in bantamweight. How do you feel the promotion's promoting this fight? Are you happy? Are you being the headliner?
Yeah, I mean, awesome. Can't do much better than being headline in my own country.
I'm looking forward to 84. There's a lot of good fights on there. But promotion's always got to look to the next show, haven't they? So whilst promoting this one's a week away. They've got to say, also we've got this one, because it's only a month after or 5 weeks after. So yeah.
You can't give away your game plan.
Win.
What's your expectations? How are you approaching this fight?
I mean, he's a big, dangerous dude, so try not to hit him more than he hits me is always a good plan.
I've actually got a game plan for this fight. It's different to my normal game plan of just getting there to see what happens.
I think if I could stick to this game plan, I'd be done early on. But yeah, I reckon I'd drop him.
So obviously you just talked about having your different game plan to your previous fights.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it's you becoming more mature in the fight game? You said earlier you're very proud of being the #1 welterweight in the UK. Is that you seeing potential opportunities coming, and obviously going in and just swinging, throwing punches isn't the way forward? You do need a strategic game plan. Do you feel that this is the time to mature your game plan, if you will, and then carry on with it and see where it takes you, how far it does take you?
Yeah, what I normally tend to do is work with all my coaches in individual disciplines to beat them.
So I go in there. Normally I don't really have a game plan. I have an idea of how I want to fight, but I go in. I'm able to change the dynamics of it, whether I might be losing what my initial plan was and change it up mid-fight. Because I've planned every area, I can do that and not think, fuck, I'm getting hammered. I got in your game plan, and then it all just goes out the window. But now I'm, as I said, getting a bit older. I've got to think about longevity and safety. But it's maybe the first time it's come into my head, safety. But we'll see. When
I spoke to you on the phone, what really stood out to me was the fact that when I asked you about the higher promotions such as Bellator and UFC,
yeah,
and I asked, would you like to sign to either or what's the plan afterwards? You said you don't really care, and you expressed the passion for fighting rather than the paycheck. Where does this come from, this mentality? Because not everyone sees it, that everyone wants to go to the top dogs, the Bellators, the UFCs of the world. They want the paychecks that then fighters are getting. Why is your approach different?
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I got offered today to go fight in UFC tomorrow, I would take it. Yeah.
And who wouldn't? Everyone wants to be that, a high caliber fighter on the sort of Premier League. I would never turn that down. But it's a career where everything is up and down. You can be today's hottest flavour, and tomorrow you're nobody. So I just like to remind myself why I do it. From being that kid in a dojo, being a white belt trying to fight and doing my grade-ins, to where I am now. It was never the goal to be a fighter. It was just to become better, and that's what I want, is to be a better fighter. But work on my imperfections and just get better. I mean, you know, even once fighting's gone, yeah, the pro fighting, and I'm still going to be competing. You know, this life is all I'm ever going to do because I love it. And so, yeah, this is what I'm doing now. And obviously, you know, I do want to get to the UFC, and you know, I do want to achieve what I'm possible of. But, you know, you also can't put so much pressure on yourself, like, you just do go mad, you know. Because it's a crazy thing to do anyway, you know, you know what you're doing. So I just try and have fun and see where it goes.
Last time I spoke to you as well, I asked what's your expectations for after the fight regarding title shots and those higher promotions. Regarding just fights, say if you stay with Cage Warriors, how many are you looking to do a year from now till the end of the year after this?
It's all on injuries. I mean, ideally, I'll have the way I like to do it is say, as I said, is like 2 weeks off, and then go back into a 6 to 8 week training camp. So I just keep rolling like that. That's my ideal scenario. So like every 8 to 10 weeks, I'd like to fight. But then, you know, Christ, you know, your body does break. So around there. But I'd like to get 4 to 5 in a year. I had some competitions as well with BJJ. Yeah, I like to stay active, stay busy. As I said, this is what I do. Yes.
So obviously with Cage Warriors, how many fights have you got left on your contract?
I'm signed with IFMA, signed with Intensity. Yeah. I can't remember what's the abbreviation, but IFM or whatever. Signed with Intensity, so you know, whatever I can go with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could stay with Cage Warriors. We've got a good rapport, so me and like Ian Dean and Graham Boylan, we got a good rapport, and we talk about things and see what's next, and you know, what's best for me as a fighter, as well as management and promotion. So
I'm interested now in, if you've noticed, a lot of people are being given professional contracts in these sports who have very little experience just based off name. In the UFC, you had WWE fighter, wrestler.
yeah,
CM
Punk.
And then the news the other day of Bama signing one of the Geordie Shore
Yeah.
cast. What's your thoughts on, do you think it's dangerous for the fighter, or do you think it's a good marketing strategy, or what's your thoughts on it?
It's a business, and it's always it's a good marketing strategy, obviously. But I mean, you can if you put a proper fighter in with one of these guys, you know, you saw with CM Punk, you know, it's only ever going to end up one way. You know, people. I don't get how people think. You know, he's a professional fighter. He trains every day. He gets hit every day. He's gonna beat the guy who doesn't. You know, you're fair enough. CM Punk does wrestling and stuff, but how can he be that level in even a year, 2 years? You know, this guy's done it all his life, and same with this guy from Geordie Shore. I mean, who are they going to put him against? If it's going to be an even fight, they got to find some idiot off the street as well. You know, so.
Right, that's everything I wanted to talk about. Like you said, you're willing to show us a bit of yourself working out. Now we'll put that as a separate video to this interview.
Yeah, man.
That's Guy and Thomas of ITJ MMA. Lewis Long, thank you very much for your time.
Slamming.
Mate.
Thank you.